All right. So we're going to get started here in just 1 minute. I'm getting all my settings ready to go. Let's see here. I'm going to make sure that folks get what they need and that we're communicating to everybody. I'm super excited. We're going to get started. I need to start this. Let's go ahead and broadcast this via Zoom. Yay. Hi, guys. How are you? I'm super excited. Okay. Give me just 1 minute and we're going to get started. Okay. Okay. So, quick introduction. My name is Bettina. And we took this picture in Vegas. So much fun. So this a little bit about us. This is my husband Juan, named Bettina, and we have been in real estate since 2006, which has been quite a time. And when we got into real estate, we were really excited. We knew that all we needed were a few deals. The market had crashed. People thought we were crazy to get in the market at that time, but it was really good for us. And we were able to grow our business. And over time, we were taught about leverage. So we hired an admin, we hired staff. We worked on building a team. We were doing about 85 transactions a year. And the way we're taught in real estate is really, we need to invest more time, more money, more energy to grow a bigger business. And what we were finding is that we were actually investing all our time and energy into a business versus each other and our family, which is the reason we got into this business in the first place, was kind of for that time freedom to do those things. So my husband had a friend named Wilco, and they used to play soccer together. You don't know this about my husband. He used to be a professional soccer player. He retired from that, became a professional coach, and go back even further, we made what he found when he was coaching was that he was spending all this time on the soccer field with other people's kids. Even though it was a great lifestyle, we knew we were going to have more kids. They were going to go to school. Afternoons and weekends, he wanted to spend that with his kids and not other people's kids, as much as we love other people's kids. So we made a 3-year plan to get out of soccer and into real estate. And it was the best move we could have ever made. It was gutsy because it was definitely outside of our wheelhouse. And we're so glad that we did. Wilco introduced us to this concept about 3.5 years ago in real estate, and folks thought we were crazy. So we want to make sure, now we're on a mission to share it with you, because we have found that our lives have changed so significantly. We've got time, we've got energy, and we've got the money to spend with our children, to live a life that's so fulfilling. And we want to change what our industry is telling agents that they must do. I do feel that transactions are important. GCI is important. Of course, we do that. But what's more important is our net time, our net energy, and our net money that we walk away with at the end of the day is really what is important. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we're going to cover. We're going to cover EXP, the model, the world, the industry, how it benefits us, and then should you want more information, what that looks like. This guy right here, Glenn Sanford. Glenn Sanford, okay, if you don't know, Glenn Sanford is smart. He was in the tech business where he was in the cutting edge of development of technology. So he knows how to recognize technology, sees where the future is going. And this was years ago. And then he got into real estate, got his real estate license, did really well, very successfully at a big brand. And he knew he wanted to go to different states. The market was shifting, and in different states, what they were saying is that he would have to put a lot of skin in the game. He would have to get a franchise. He would have to invest in a brick and mortar. And really, to be able to grow that fast, he's like, plus he didn't need it. It was very expensive. He really couldn't put that much skin, like brick and mortar in all 50 states just to grow. And he felt that the real estate business, where buyers and sellers, a lot of them were coming from, was from the agent and online. And we're seeing this to be true. And he also believed that the future was platform based. Back then, people were talking about Google. Is Google a good investment or not? Because it has no assets. Well, we all know where Google's gone, but we're going to go more into that soon. Here's kind of the history of eXp. In 2009, Glenn saw the future. It was right at the crash of the market. He knew that he believed in this model. He believed in the platform. He believed in building a company specifically agent-centered, a company for the agent. And our explosive growth has been because of this commitment to that. In 2012, he was discovered as influential. One of the big things that happened was in 2015, right before we heard about the company, they invested in what we call an icon agent program. So this is a company that's for the agent. We'll go into that as well. We reached 2018 agents in 2018. We went from penny stock before 2018 to on the NASDAQ in 2018. And then we have so many more agents now than 10,000 for sure. So we'll go into all that really fast. Our growth, this is where we're at. Okay. In 2018, well, check this out right here. We're at over 24,000 agents and we're climbing. We've got brokerages coming in. We just had 200 roll in Florida as of today or last week. And we've got a lot of other mini brokerages pulling in, as well as independent agents like you and me. So we're super excited. One of the things that we developed that I love so much is our core values. And I love that this is a reference that we as a company refer to a lot. Fun, transparency. Transparency is kind of a big deal for me. And being a publicly traded stock, we're truly transparent. But because everything is out there for people to know about us, I love the transparency part, because the way I look at it is, if all of us agents know how we can help, we will help. We're agents as by nature are helpers. So I'm super excited about this. We've seen the result of this over the years, and it's been really, really, really cool. Next, we're going to go into our business model. And what I love about this is that we're a company that was really based on the agents and how to better serve the agents. And like I said, Glenn knew that platforms were taking over the world. We've seen this since 2009. We saw Blockbuster. Now, I mean, Google Blockbuster is like Netflix took over. Circuit City, we got Amazon, we got EXP, we have so many, Airbnb, we've got Uber. We were watching my husband still watches soccer. So on the premiere, they were doing all the commercials were about platforms that were rolling out. This is our future. The difference is that Glenn Sanford recognized this and created a platform-based model in 2009. Look at this. We did a Airbnb class. Isn't this crazy? Where Hilton is, their value, and Airbnb, 31 billion versus 18 billion. And they have more doors than the top 3 brands combined. Here's something important about us. Because we're a platform, we're one brokerage nationwide. We're not a franchise. This does a lot of elimination, because if you think about the way a franchise model works, they have international, which then breaks up into regions, which then have to sell to franchise owners, which then have to hire a manager to manage the office and to bring on agents and to retain agents, and then you have the agents down here at the bottom. So because we don't have the regions or the territories or the owners or the franchises or all that in there, we've really eliminated a ton of overhead. We don't have bricks and mortars. We don't have mortgages. We don't have those utilities. We're also not locally confined. Think of the Blockbuster, right? Blockbuster would advertise to the local community who would come get the DVDs. Netflix can stream nationwide. We're streaming nationwide, our agent support. We're so much more consistent in our growth, our incentives, what we're able to offer the agents. And I mean, we have so much training, over 40 hours a week, and these are top agents nationwide. So I remember in our old office, we'd come in to teach a class to our office. Now we're getting top trainers nationwide talking about listing appointments, right? That's a class this week on how to do a listing. And it's one of the top listing agents in the country. Negotiations are being taught by the top listing. This doesn't have to be locally confined. We can do it nationwide. Our collaboration is amazing. We have amazing masterminds, and it's because we're very platform based. I remember when I first got into real estate, I would actually, this is how long ago, because we didn't have a platform, I'd go in the office and I'd sit in the hallway and I'd actually eavesdrop on conversations with top agents. Now we have what we call iConversations, where icon agents, those are top agents, are having these conversations, and new agents or any agent gets to eavesdrop and listen in. That is cool. That is so cool. It's a powerful learning opportunity for all agents. Also, since we're not a franchise, and we're agent centric and we're all about the agents get the opportunity that the owners used to get, right? Equity opportunities, revenue opportunities, and we'll definitely make sure we go into that. But first, let's cover the cloud campus environment. Because we are a cloud office, right? There's no desk fees. You can work anywhere you have access to the internet. Instead of having your vehicle be the car to get to the office, now your vehicle is internet access, right? No oil changes necessary and no insurance for that, so which is really good. We've already covered the transactions are paperless. I remember I used to have files, deep files to for all my transactions. Now everything I do is saved in Google Drive or SkySlope or in DocuSign. I do everything paperless. It's seamless, it's efficient, it's environmentally friendly. The training, of course, is miraculous because we're getting the best of the best. But there are folks who still want or need a brick and mortar facility, which is great. Let's say you have a team and you need to meet with the team once a week. We're finding that most people aren't actually in the office, but they want to meet face-to-face, belly-to-belly. This kind of meeting is great, but sometimes it's belly-belly is good. There's something about a nice hug, right? So what we offer is every agent gets a Regis membership account. It's not automatic, so once you come over to eXp, you just fill out the little form, and then they'll give you a membership ID. You take this to any Regis. And just like you would at an office, you can rent an office space that is your very own, that you keep your printers, your office, your plaques, your everything in. Get a big discount, corporate discount there. In fact, when you go to the Regis, the secretary is like, wow, that's a big discount. I'm like, I didn't negotiate it. Somebody better than me did. So I'm super excited about that. But you can go in, all of agents use all the common areas, just like we've done in the past, which is we go in and we drink the fancy coffee, we use the printer, we get the open space, we interact. And there's usually in most of the Regis offices, they're all different. There's a space where we can actually meet somebody. Really cool. You can Google this on Regis and get more information if you'd like. The training, tons of training. We have a training calendar at expcloud.com that anybody can access that training. Very cool. We have real-time support, on-demand support, because let me just tell you, I'm a driver. Usually when I want information, I want it now. So my least favorite mode of communication is sending an email if I want information now. That's great for just sending out info. but I really want to talk to somebody. Our cloud office allows that to do that. Currently, the hours are 8 a.m. Eastern time to 5 p.m. West Coast time. So that's that's 3 extra business hours that I get. And so that means I can start at 7 a.m. Central, because I'm in Central, and all the way and have support, whether it's technology or a question about my transaction or just agent experience. I can get all of that during that window of opportunity. And I love that if I have a quick question, I pop in, I get a number, usually 1, and within 5 minutes, that's the average, right? Sometimes it's 1 minute, sometimes it's 8-10 minutes, but typically on average within 5 minutes, which is significantly faster than my previous drive time, which I also had to get dressed for. I'm talking to somebody with face-to-face in our cloud office. Such a cool experience. Get with the person that invited you. They'll send you a guest pass or just give you a quick tour. So cool. It's about the efficiency of our time, because you have to respect that time is a limited resource. It's not an unlimited resource. Like, yes, it goes to infinity, but for you and for me, at least for me, it's a limited resource. So I'm so excited about that. The collaboration, we use workplace chat. We have a question like, I needed window referral, and I forgot that I usually use precision windows. So I just went in workplace chat. Hey, can somebody give me referrals to some Windows folks? I got within 10 hours, literally. I mean, I got 2 almost within 5 minutes, but within 10 hours, I had tons of referrals and a lot of duplication. So it was great. It was good to see. In the cloud this morning, I was checking the schedule, and I noticed there was a KV core class, and that went on to how to put organize stuff in KV core that's being taught in Canada. You know what? That applies to me here in Texas as well. So I am so excited that we're getting such great collaboration. And remember, okay, so you've got education, you've got the cloud office. Let's talk about equity. And let's put on like a different hat, because us as agents, right, have always been taught that our job was to get on the on the wheel and just churn, right? And maybe if we're lucky, we can get people to do it with us, but it just means we have a bigger wheel that we all have to churn. Now let's put on our entrepreneur hat, because most of us, maybe not all of us, most of us got into this business because we were looking for an opportunity. I was looking for an opportunity. That's why we got into real estate. We wanted time freedom, right? We wanted energy freedom, and we wanted the freedom to have unlimited income, to put in the time, put in the energy, put in the effort, and to get paid for what we did, for the work that we did. So I'm going to ask you to put on your entrepreneur hat right now, okay? Remember me telling you earlier that we used to be penny stock, and now we're on the NASDAQ as of 2018. This is when we were there. Isn't this fun? So that's Sam and Rob. Rob, and I think Jean's there. Rob actually came into our kitchen and shared this model with us. There was less than 1,000 agents. We were penny stock, and it was a dream. People thought we were crazy because this theory of this model working was just a theory. Doggone it, if it hasn't exploded to over 24,000 agents in just 3.5 years, we're so excited that this model is working. We have evidence. It's no longer theory, it's fact. So basically what this means is that why this is important to us as agents, we haven't really had this opportunity where every agent that joins eXp has this opportunity. We have the opportunity to have ownership, equity stock ownership in eXpi. What's so cool about eXpi, Google it. Just Google it. eXpi. Before, I would do a ton of transactions and I'd get recognition. I would get a plaque. I would get a certificate, which is great. Now we do a ton of transactions, and what they do is they award us an equity stock, which is something that's attainable, right? We help the company grow, we get stock. We do transactions, we get stock, and we can definitely go into that. And this is us. You as an EXPI equity shareholder. This is us. We can do this. And we're going to go talk about how anybody can have the opportunity to ring the bell at the NASDAQ, which I love that our company is going to get to do this again. But Glenn said this was such an amazing experience. He wants this to open this opportunity to other people. So we're going to make sure we share with you how to do that soon. I love that all us agents have a voice in the company. So these people, when you visit with them, they are the heart of the real estate agents, right? Because sometimes when we're busy, sometimes this is true, we can get busy way over here doing this. And we kind of need to remind ourselves when we're busy doing this, like come back and have the conversation of why we're doing this. What's our focus? What is our purpose? I love that eXp International's purpose is to support the real estate agent. These are the folks that are the voice. These are the folks that we can go to and share with, hey, you know what? I was thinking, what about this? What about this? Or, you know what? There's a challenge in this, and they can bring it up. And I love that the improvements that our company is able to make, because we are platform-based, is so fast and so efficient. It's amazing the improvements that we're making over time. We're not getting bogged down with, I don't know, junk. Things are happening, and they're happening fast. And that's really all I can hope for, right? Because when we're having this opportunity and we're in the real estate game, we want things to happen to improve so that we can be a better agent. When we get the support that we need as realtors, that opportunity goes to our buyers and to our sellers and to everybody that's around us. So I'm so excited about this. And here's a little bit, okay, seriously, I'm so happy this is our next slide. So remember, we've got our entrepreneur hat, right? I found this picture, isn't that cute? The coolest entrepreneur ever, because that's who we are. We as realtors got into this business for an opportunity to be in business for ourselves. If you haven't read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or Success is Not an Accident, you know, there's that 4 quadrants. You've got the employee quadrant. That employee quadrant, basically what they do is they trade their time for money, and which is great. And so some people need to trade their time for money, but that's not why we got into real estate. We got in real estate because we wanted that opportunity, right? We wanted more. So there's the sole proprietor one, and that means that we're going to go out and we're going to get the opportunity, and we're going to trade the success that we have in that opportunity for money, right? And if we're really great at finding opportunity and creating success to that opportunity and making a lot of money, then we're going to leverage. We're going to make this big. We're going to explode it. And that's going to be the other side of the right side of the quadrant, which is our business owner quadrant. The business owner gets a lot of opportunity and shares that opportunity and gets other people to fulfill that opportunity successfully. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And then the other opportunity that we just talked about is the investor quadrant, which is the I. That's where we trade our money, put in our money, and leverage our money to get more money. So let's talk about the revenue share. And I should have covered that first, and I'm so glad I did. Thank you for obliging me and allowing me to share that. Next is what the revenue share plan. So when you're a franchise owner, okay, let's say you decided to purchase a franchise or you own a brokerage. Your one job is to build it, get revenue to come in. How do you do that? Is you recruit agents who sell real estate, and you get a portion of what they make, okay? It can be all over the map what that portion is. Well, Remember, we're not a franchise. We don't have owners. We don't hire managers to recruit. But when you have a manager, you have a broker, you've been in that office, they're always talking to you and saying, hey, do you happen to know any agents that we can talk to? It's coming from the agent. Or on the end of the transaction, they'll actually call the agent on the other end, just say, hey, thank you for working with our company. I heard you were wonderful. It was a successful transaction. We'd love for you to come work with us and learn about what we have to offer here. Well, here we go, agents. We're already talking to that other agent, aren't we? We can invite them to a presentation, can't we? We can introduce them to other people to invite them for us. And here's the deal. Compensation by contribution. Isn't that all we wanted? Is an opportunity. So we contribute to the company's growth and we get compensated through a share of the revenue and an opportunity to earn equity stock. Just as this is us with our ownership happen. Let's go into it. So let's say you advertise everywhere. We become friends, Facebook, we've done a deal together. There's a good chance that has happened. So what you will receive is 3.5% of our adjusted gross commissions income. So revenue, let's talk about revenue. What does that mean? When you make money, your gross commission income, let's say it's a $100,000 deal, you get 3%, that's $3,000. That's $3,000 revenue. Throughout the year, I'm going to deduct miles when I do my taxes, a ton of expenses, entertainment, anything I can expense out so that my profit is not as high. So this is why it's so important to understand the difference between revenue share and profit share. So everybody you sponsor on level 1 is going to receive 3.5%, all right, of the gross of that $3,000. So it's adjusted to where the company is giving 50% of the revenue back to the agents that help the company grow, right? So now here's what's really cool. You introduce this concept to me. I have the exact same opportunity that you do as an agent to grow, to earn stock and to earn a share of the revenue. So because I have that opportunity, you betcha I'm going to introduce people to EXP. So everybody that I introduce will be on your tier 2, okay? Tier 2, right here, tier 2. So for everybody that you help me introduce to EXP, they'll be on your level 2. You're going to get 3.8%. You're going to get even more adjusted gross commissions of that, okay? And it goes down 7 levels. Now get with the person that introduced you to us to watch this video, and we'll go into more about this, okay? Super excited. Now, the reason we're able to do this, remember, is because we're platform-based. So let's talk about our platform. We call it EXP World. Yay! So basically, I have a little icon on my desktop, and I just click on it. I have set up the username and password so it automatically saves. Next thing you know, I'm in the cloud office. Here's the cloud office. When you first come in, so to see this presentation, they can get you a guest pass, okay? Or they can just kind of give you a tour through their world. And I'm happy to do it for you too. So basically, when you pop in, you'll see information desk right in front of you. And you can just say, this is my first time here. What do I do? They'll give you really quick. There's specialized department like tech support. There's transaction team. There's the agent experience. There's the broker room. There's tons of training. There's large scale meetings. There's small meetings. There's masterminds. A lot of teams meet in the cloud because we have teams that are located in multiple states. So it might be one lead agent that has a team in California, Texas, and Florida. So they'll have meetings with their team leaders, kind of say, like the managers for each state, and then they'll bring in all the agents. You can have it's amazing. It's endless. And again, we're not limited by our location, which is what's so cool. And I'll send you a link so you can watch this video and it takes you through the entire office, a quick tour. Right now we're decorated for Halloween, so it's a lot of fun. It's a little spooky in there, a little dark, so it's not like it always is, but we're decorated for Halloween. Next is going to be Thanksgiving, and I love when we decorate for Christmas because there's snow and it's magical in there. So there's a lot of, and here's the thing, because we are platform based, we are able to offer a lot of solutions to agents, and a lot of these tools are available without extra cost because we're saving a lot of cost. Even though half of the revenue is going back to the agent that's helping the company grow, that leaves another 50% to provide tools and services and staff. There's over 600 staff members in the cloud right now, meeting in the cloud to support us agents. It's amazing. So our eXp Enterprise is a tool that we created, and we'll go into that. Skyslope is our transaction management tool. Workplace by Facebook. It's like Facebook, but what it is, we call it Workplace because even though it looks just like Facebook, we don't share pictures of our cute cats there. We actually talk about being productive real estate agents. There's over 2,020 or 2,500, there's somewhere around there, groups. So you've got the Skyslope, KV Core, you've got new agents, for brand new agents, so they have a place to go to. You have Texas, you've got North Texas, you've got Austin, you've got those who are really into videos. You have those who are really into Google ad clicks. So there's group for Google ad clicks, Facebook advertising. I mean, there's a ton out there. Tons of branding and marketing. Oh golly, our CRM and lead generation tool. I'm excited about that because that saved me $1,200 a month that we were paying for our team. So that was an expense that we absolutely could eliminate right away. And what I found was most people don't get it because it's so expensive and it's available to you. So let's talk about Enterprise first. Okay, eXp Enterprise, I can find out basically everything that's going on my back end, where I'm at towards capping, where I am at towards icon, like our commissions, our caps. It's also kind of like the foyer to everywhere else. So it's a link to my cloud office from there. It's a link to our website. We can see guest passes. The eXp Expressway is all our recorded training, our calendar, our KV Core, all of that is an Enterprise. It's one stop. Also the finance and drop down menu, I can check on my stock. I can check on our revenue share and who's in our group and all that kind of stuff. So it's a snapshot reporting of all of our businesses in one place. And notice I said all of our businesses because before we were only in the sales business, which is really awesome. But in the process, because it's in such alignment, we're also now in the eXp growth business, and we're also have the stock revenue opportunity. And there's a lot of other opportunities within eXPI we won't go into because those are just opportunities given to eXp agents. And as our brand grows, our opportunities grow. And and all of this is basically because we have an international corporation that is focused primarily on supporting us agents in the real estate industry. Skyslope, a lot of you are familiar with Sky. You love them, and she told me she likes Skyslope the best. What's really cool is that we're such a big user with Skyslope is that eXp can actually talk to with Skyslope and have them tweak things to make it better just for our agents, which is, I love that. Workplace chat. We talked about this. Okay, I talked about workplace, but workplace chat, it's like Messenger. Anybody at eXp, you can send a chat to. I love this. Instead of in the old days, when you wanted to talk to your broker, you would have to email them, call them, go to the office, hunt somebody down. For Texas, we have 7 or 8 brokers, right? They all take turns being in the cloud office. And the other thing is I can messenger or workplace chat them, and I can call them, do a video chat like this with them. If they can't answer right away, I can send a message, right, through chat, and I can also see when they see it, and they can respond that way. It's so efficient. Sending an email out to cyberspace and hoping that somebody doesn't overlook it is crazy. So I love that this allows that communication to go through the roof. So learn to utilize this. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I'm so pleased, because if you remember earlier, I like things now, done now. This, okay, remember me telling you I was spending $1,200 a month on our lead generation tool? This one site has replaced everything that we did in the past. This is called KV Core. I suggest you Google it. This is for all of our agents. It's their website. They integrate our listings. They have this open house app on your phone or on your iPad or whatever, and it automatically, you set it up, and then whatever listing you're at, people sign in and they can get updates on this list, on the open house, get additional information, additional pictures, updates on this open house, as well as other properties that are similar to them, and it does it automatically. It's completely automated. The other thing I like about KV Core is now when you get your username and password the first time, it guides through the tutorial. It says, this is you, this is where you update your profiles. You can do that. And you come over here, this is how you do this. This is how you, and it goes step by step by step to cover all the basics. And of course, KV Core does a ton of great training. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a class in our office today. An agent in Canada is teaching it. And I'm so super excited about that because it's actually taking KV Core to the next level. And I love that we have all these opportunities to do that. Here's what's really cool. MLS updates every 15 minutes. That means it's accurate information. Used to on my old platform, remember that I was paying $1,200, it updated, I believe we got excited when it would update like twice a day. And then, so this is really cool. What we're finding is if you just, the analytics and the lead generation tool is already in there. If you just utilize what's already there and you don't have to tweak it. You don't have to do anything funky. Just set it and go. The key is just to learn how to set it. Commit to the time to learn how to drive the Ferrari. eXp is giving you a Ferrari per se, KV Core. Just learn how to take it out of the garage and drive it, right? You don't have to get on the racetrack, but if you want to take it on, if you want a race car that'll win on the racetrack, you have that too. But so there is that. Marketing and branding, there's a lot of you. So before we came to eXp, we were Homestar sellers. There's remember the brokerage I was telling you about of 200 agents in Florida? He built his brand, personal brand. You don't want to give that up. Your market knows you by your brand. eXp, and this is what Glenn was so smart about, what he found was that people weren't coming to his brokerage because of the brand that he was with. They were coming because of his marketing, because of his reputation, because what he had done in his marketplace. So we recognize this. You can, of course, brand yourself as eXp, but you can also brand yourself as the Homestar Sellers team and have your own logo. Just make sure you're compliant with the Real Estate Association in your state. So Texas Real Estate Commission, and where I'm from, they require a certain size that I say that we're brokered by eXp Realty, and that has to be a certain size. We have agents in Florida, California, North Carolina, Louisiana, Oklahoma. We have different rules, but it's okay. We've got support in the cloud, agent support that helps you go through all of that. That's what's so cool. right? You can either go in the cloud office or reach out via Facebook workplace chat. And then joining EXP, become a shareholder. You probably just want more information, right? So you can be a shareholder. Details on, like I said, there's no desk fees, royalty fees, or franchise fees because we're a cloud office. We stream directly to you. We don't have territories, so there's no royalties, no franchise fees. It's an 80-20 split that caps at $16,000. After that, it's 100% commission for the remainder. Once you cap, the transaction fee is $250 per transaction. That caps at $5,000. Once you reach that cap, you qualify as an icon agent. If you're an icon agent, please reach out to the person that introduced you to this presentation, and we'll send you information about the icon. To get started, super easy. It's $149 to get started. That includes business cards, your website, everything. It's going to take about 2 weeks to get you on your KV core, maybe less, but I'm just going to say 2 weeks. And if it's, 3 days, it's a bonus, right? After that, it's going to be $85 a month cloud brokerage fee. That includes your office. That includes KV core. That includes all the education. That includes all the support. That includes everything, right? We're not going to add nickel and dime you on all this other stuff. $85 a month brokerage fee. Next is your transaction fee. While you're in your cap, it's $25 broker review fee, okay? And then E&O insurance, risk management fees, $40 per transaction. That caps at $500. I believe that it's a little bit more, like in most things, in California and New York. And if you're in Canada, it's going to be a little bit different. But for most of us who are watching this now, this is going to apply to us. There's so much. We are a producing company. We grow. We have a lot of production. Okay, we're who people talk about. Golly, we just get better, and we're growing so fast. If you understand, 3.5 years ago, we had less than 1,000 agents. We were in 20 states. We're now 24,000. We have the top agents in half of the country. We're in 4 provinces in Canada, just opened up UK, Australia, and we're going nationwide. This is an opportunity for you to get in at the beginning, but not at the where people thought you were crazy beginning, but at EXP. People have heard about EXP, but most folks have not seen the model like you have seen the model now. And remember me telling you about how much fun Glenn had at pushing that little buzzer at the NASDAQ? Here's an opportunity. And remember us showing about core values. We're a giving company. So this year, our company has committed to funding 80 new homes. So what we're doing is we're doing a $25 raffle, and you sign up, and they're going to draw for somebody to go and ring the bell at NASDAQ, which is, how cool is that? I love that, Glenn found that was such a great experience. He wanted to share this with all of us as well. So cool. So the next thing is just apply as a new agent. So a lot of times folks are like, I don't know, because I don't want anybody to know. Nobody knows. I won't even know, or the person who shared this with you won't know, right, that you're applying. Now, here's the deal. You just go and you fill out the application. They're going to say, who's your sponsor? The person that invited you to this video is your sponsor, okay? They're the one that influenced you. Next is going to be a copy of the ICA, Independent Contractors Agreement. Go through that. It does not mean you're a part of EXP, okay? And if there's other things, and it's also not a commitment, but that's the ICA. Next screen is going to be how you're going to get your deposits, whether you're in a state that they escrow, and at escrow the check goes to EXP, and then or it's a share of your revenue. So 22nd, tomorrow, is it today or tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. We'll get our revenue share. And then the next page is how you're going to pay your monthly. Just know, this is not you actually coming over to EXP. You are not actually with EXP until you go to your real estate commission and transfer your license. eXp will not do that for you. When you go through this, they're going to give you access to the world so that you can do a tour. You can go visit the broker. You can attend classes. You can experience what it's like to be an eXp agent before joining eXp. And that is important because we want you to want to be here and see the value here. Okay, so when you go through that process, all that is it allows you to experience what it's like to be an eXp agent. When you decide, you know what, eXp is a place for our business, we can see not only can we sell real estate, but we love the additional opportunities and share of the revenue and share of the ownership. When you decide that this is for you, you're going to then notify eXp and do a license transfer request through your real estate commission. Once that happens, your broker will then review and accept your application, accept all that kind of stuff. If later on you want to change it, it's really easy. You know why? Because all you have to do is jump in the cloud, go to the agent experience team, and they will make those updates for you. That's how easy it is. I love it here. So come join us, be a shareholder, okay? Go to join.exprealty.com and thank the person that introduced you to this video. I love this quote, when you're scared to jump, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you'll end up staying in the same place for the rest of your life. And I have to be honest, when I first saw this model, I was a lot afraid. I had a lot of feelings. I loved my previous brokerage. Our business had grown and grown and grown. Our GCI was up. We were investing a lot of time and a lot of energy into our business. My husband and my children were on the outside looking in, and they saw how much time and energy I was putting into it. Here's the story. My oldest son, Logan, he's going to be 21 in December. Oops, I'm going to close the window. It's such a pretty day, but somebody's mowing. Okay, he's going to be 21 in December. When he was 17, he was in high school, and I said, hey, when you turn 18, you can get your real estate license. And I remember we were at the kitchen table, and my husband and I were sitting there, and he said, I don't really know what y'all do. I just know I don't want to do that. So now that he's almost 21, the conversation's different now. He's like, what do I need to do to get my real estate license? He's like, okay, I'm signing up. I'm getting my real estate license next semester. He's doing that. He said, he still doesn't really know what we do. He just knows that this is what he wants to do because we're netting more time and we're netting more energy. And that's a conversation I'd like our industry to talk about. Our net money, not our gross money, but our net money, the money that we're walking away with. And that's what we need to coach and train around consistently, our net time and our net energy. So if you have any questions, please get with the person who introduced you to this video. We're always here to help, and we're all here to support each other. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. Talk to you soon.